Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on another episode of Ice Night Gaming, where skill is inconsequential. Today we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, and I want to do some dungeon videos with this system that they have now. It's called Duty Support, and what it lets you do is it lets you run dungeons storyline only. Dungeons with groups of NPCs. It lets you do it that way, so that way you can advance the story without having to wait. If you're at a time in the game, you play during a certain time, not a lot of people are active, you might not have the ability to wait for a party. So, and I'm gonna level up my Conjure, but a Conjure is a healing class. And I don't usually heal. We're going to go through this dungeon. It's called Haukke Manor. We're going to get right into that. This dungeon's a little long and involved, so I might cut out some of the stuff in between, some of the fighting. But as I said a minute ago, I don't heal, and I'm going to be running this on a healer, so we're going to see how that goes. We're all going to die. Luckily, I've done this one enough times that I know where to go. We just got to be careful because there's a lot of wandering enemies. We don't want to, and there's also enemies in the side rooms, so we don't want to get it to a point where we accidentally aggro too many things. And like I was either saying or going to say, other than not healing that often, this dungeon can be a little long and involved. So what I might do is cut out some of the useless fighting. Maybe I'll just do the boss fights. Oh god, we are all gonna die. Holy... okay. That was close. I did not notice his HP. That could have been a lot worse, I guess. I suppose we all could have died, but I just learned something new. If I hit F2, that'll target my the Scion Marauder here, who's my tank, and then that way I can just go back and forth between the two, like the enemy that I want to attack and him by using the F2 key. Okay, that works. Let's try the rest of this dungeon without the oopses then. I'm not going to get out of the way of it. and F1 will target myself. So it looks okay. So F's 1, 2, 3, and 4 target my party members. Now I know. I'm sure it's become obvious by now, but we have these tiny keys that we keep finding all over the manor. They open doors so we can progress. I gotta keep my eye out for them. There's a treasure chest up on the 2nd floor, but if you are not extra careful walking through here, you'll actually miss one of the keys down in the basement. At least I miss it a lot. I don't know if everybody else does. Gotta watch my Marauder's HP here. One thing I also keep trying to do to help my party of NPCs here just a little tiny bit is I keep using Arrow. It's a wind spell that deals damage over time. Oh yes, there is. There's a tiny key in here too. So in this room down here, it's like a wine cellar room. There's some nice equipment sometimes in a chest there, which is nice to have if you need it. All right, so here's the first boss. Pretty straightforward fight, thankfully. I don't believe she has too many tricks. I think she has a AoE that she can do, but other than that, the only thing I do not like about the duty support is that your NPCs will continuously use the limit breaks. before you want them to. Oh, that's right, that's her other trick. She will randomly target a player with that Void Fire attack. And she has a pretty wide arced frontal cleave, so... But it looks to me like the NPC knows what they're doing on that part, so... I gotta watch that frontal cleave of oh yeah, she's got that darkness ability too, like the maid servants. Hey, I leveled up. Alright, so from the boss itself, we get the green key. And then we always get a treasure coffer, which the NPCs have a really bad habit of standing on. Oh, not bad, I got a helmet. I don't think I can wear it though. No. The green key goes to the ivory door. Or ivy. So here's one of the tiny keys down here, and this one and one other, whenever I come through this dungeon, I always seem to forget one or the other. So there's, I think, yes, there's a tiny key down here, so we'll get that after we take care of the enemies. Always got to be on the lookout for these. There's a couple of them in the manor, and every now and then they just, while they're wandering, they just love to, appear. Now I always forget going through here, so I have a tendency to just open all the doors and just make sure I look for all the tiny keys while I'm in each room, because not all of them have treasure, but there's a lot of locked doors. Oh, I already have a pair of the half gloves, so I can't get those. Okay. Okay, so in one of the rooms there's actually 2 keys. And I've actually done it before. I've walked in the room and forgotten that there's 2 keys in this one. This is one of the useless rooms to go into because this one just has enemies to fight, but you do get a little EXP even in, I believe you do anyway. I think I get EXP. I don't remember now. I know you get it from the bosses. That much I do know. But it's not a bad idea to take out everything anyway. Okay, we're gonna stand here just for a minute because there's another manor maidservant, and I want to just get her by herself because there are some more enemies around the corner. And the thing of it is, there was a lot of them. There's 3 of the skeletons and 1 attic bat. So I really didn't want to run the risk of having the manor maidservant join in on the fun, for lack of a better word. Oh goodness, he's getting pounded over there. Okay. Okay, there we go. That should take care of that for just a couple minutes anyway. Oh my goodness, large groups of enemies do not have anything else better to do than just whittle away HP of my tank. I'm actually kind of glad this isn't a real person team that I'm playing with, because I have a feeling they would not be what you would call thrilled about the idea that their HP keeps dropping to dangerous levels. Okay, so these are the last 2 locked doors in the basement. Is this one and the one next to me? This one has... No, I already have that item too. Okay. Well, anyway, this room has a chest in it. And then this room is the one we need to move on, because this has the yellow key. But before we do that, we do have to fight the skeletons in here. Okay. Alright, now we got the yellow key, and you'll see over here underneath the timer it says tiny key is 1. So I actually have 1 more tiny key, which is the one I need once we can get up to the 2nd floor, which we have to do after we've beat the next bosses. So the yellow key opens the Carnation door. And then these are our next 2 bosses. We have the Manor Steward and the Manor Jester. think the computer kind of does everything in their own way. But I kind of go with the flow on that, only because it's easier to keep track of my healing that I am supposed to be doing if I just let the computer do what it's going to do. So the computer's saying take out the Manor Steward first. That's what we're going to do. Just got to watch out for the stuff that it does. The healing is not overly bad, but I think a lot of that has to do with, well, one, the fact that the computer knows what it's doing, and two, these are low-level dungeons. These are like some of the first dungeons you would have done in the game during the original main story. Go. So, from the boss fight, you get a slip of bloody parchment. Here's another treasure chest. Let's see if it's something we can actually keep this time. Oh, it is. Ethereal sunstone earrings. Nice. Then we can use this ethereal flow. And this will take us right back to the entrance. So now we can go up here. This barrier was here originally, so we couldn't progress upstairs. But now that we use the bloody parchment, the barrier is broken. We can go up here, and then we got to fight this Manor Sentry. Now there's other enemies that are going to be down the hallway there, but we're going to take out the Manor Sentry first. Stay out of the cleave. Or the cone there. That'll petrify me if it hits me. And pay attention to that ability, because we're actually going to see something very similar to that during the boss fight here. So this Manor Sentry, though, we don't have to fight him for long. He's going to take a fair amount of damage here, and then what he's going to do is he's going to retreat and he's going to open the door to the boss. And then until I go face the boss, we'll have the boss music playing while I explore the rest of the manor. But like I said, I will probably cut some stuff out. So the boss is in there, but like I said, we're gonna go and just go get this last door. And so this is the last locked door. And there is some enemies in here to fight. And, you know, I don't think anybody actually thought it was going to be that easy to claim the last treasure chest in this dungeon. I know the first time I came through here with an actual party and they did what they call a full clear, which is, you know, what we're doing. I know that there was an awful lot of people who wondered why they went out, almost, I guess you could say, went out of their way to put a treasure chest in a well-guarded room. My thought at the time was, you know, why wouldn't you put guards in that last room with the treasure chest? See what's in the last chest. Gladiators Inquisitor arms, level 28 weapon set. Because gladiators use sword and shield, so that'll be kind of cool. I don't know what weapon. I don't think I have that yet, actually. I'll have to take a look. I mean, it won't let me make it if I have either of those, the sword or the shield. There's a lot of mechanics in this fight. I'll go over them, though, as they show up. Some of them are real simple. Others are a little more touch and go. Okay, so this is the first one. It's called Void Call, and what she's going to do is she's either going to summon a Manor Sentry, which she did, or she's going to summon an ad. Now, what you have to do when he does this, you have to turn your back on him, because if you don't, it unleashes Petrifying Gaze. You can't hurt him. You can't, kill him. You can't stop him. The other thing is she'll summon these Ladies' Handmaidens. Now, the Ladies' Handmaidens, they're just an ad. They attack. Oops. So I just do my usual to them. I just cast arrow and then focus back and forth while I'm protecting the rest of my group. There's another Manor Sentry. Now here's her other trick. So she uses this ability called Seduced, and you haven't, for a few seconds you're going to walk right at her. So you have to time it just right that you dodge. But you can't dodge at first. You can't dodge while she's first summoning it, because she tries to lure you in before his attack goes off. Another trick that she loves to do is while the Manor Servant is around and you have your back to her, she'll try to cast her Dark Mist, so you have to move, and if you're not careful, you'll move right into the way of it. So here you go. Here's another. So she's going to go down to the end of the hall, and she's going to use that. And then we have until that wears off to turn around. See, I wasn't fast enough that time. Luckily, it doesn't last very long, but she will use other attacks in the meantime. And of course, being a healer, that's not good for the rest of the party if I get paralyzed. And it's basically just repeat as necessary until she's, down. See, she's getting ready to cast Beguiling Mist on us, but we got her before she could. And actually, I leveled up again from that boss fight too. Oh, actually, I gained a lot of EXP. I went all the way up to level 31. So that was actually really good. So now we can open the chest. And we got the Maiden's Lament Orchestration Roll, which I already have. That's okay, though. And I got Manor Shoes, which... let me just check them real quick. They don't look bad. And they are actually better for me too, so I'll be taking those and using those then. And there we go, we're all done. I guess it wasn't too bad. I really kind of expected that we were not going to make it. I really kind of thought that was going to be worse than it was, even with the one time that the tank did die because I was not paying close enough attention. So, well, that about does it for today's episode. The videos I make on my channel are made possible largely due to the support of my Patreon supporters, and there is more about how you can support the channel in the link in the description below. If you enjoy the work that I do here on YouTube, please consider supporting the channel. I upload new videos every Sunday and Wednesday, so make sure you turn on your notifications so you don't miss an update. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see everybody in the next episode.